Thank you very much, Colin, and good morning. I hope my voice is going to last the full 20 minutes. 19 minutes, 49 seconds. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Just ask yourself a question. In your careers, how many jobs have you had? Are you the hare or are you the tortoise? Are you the fast, jump around, do loads of jobs like myself? Or are you the slowly, surely, wins the race, really work at a job and make sure it delivers? Well, up till about 3 years ago, I was the hare. I had, whilst I was only in 2 companies, I had about 18 jobs over 20 years. And then I came to the research councils. And I've been there 3 years last week, and I've turned into a tortoise. So I'm now going to share the story of why I've turned into a tortoise and why it's keeping me interested, because being a hare, trying to go slowly, is very, very frustrating sometimes. So let me just share with you how we're doing it at the research councils, what procurement looks like, and where we've got to. So who are we? 3 years ago, the CSR, Corporate Spending Review, said to the research councils, set up a shared service centre. Last weekend, we finally succeeded in getting the last council across the line, and there are 7 of them, onto an Oracle platform. That has been some doing, getting there, but we are there, and it has been a long race. We now have 7 councils, over 100 institutes, all on the Oracle platform, and for me personally, I've been delivering service now for 2 years as a procurement organisation, which formed in 2008 and was set up purely to make savings and do collaborative procurement across those councils. We have 10,000 customers. We've got about 30,000 extended stakeholders, and when I started, we had 46,000 suppliers, which is quite a number. And we're part of the BIS network, so BIS, the Department of Business and Innovations and Skills. We have a lot of partners out there as well, and I will speak to you a little bit about what I've been doing with them over the last 6 months or so. So 3 years ago, we set up, go forth, make savings. The business case for setting up the shared service centre, 90% of it is predicated on procurement savings. No pressure, though. Just to give you a flavour of where we service, it's not just the UK. There are obviously all those different colour bubbles are the different institutes and different councils. We also service out in Africa, Hawaii. I've got a lot of volunteers in my team who want to go out to some of these places. And we have, as you will know, the British Antarctic Survey out in the Antarctic, where we have things like ice stations, and we buy all sorts of things for them, including broom handles. To keep the seals off the ice sheet, you have to tickle their whiskers with broom handles. So yes, we buy those as well. Just to give you the flavour, it is very diverse, and there is never a dull moment. So as we started to set up the procurement organisation, the team is category focused, so it delivers for several customers in one go. It's trying to bring them all together, and this is why it's a bit like the tortoise race, because trying to get 7 councils and their extended institutes to agree to do something in a consistent manner is sometimes, quite frankly, like pushing water uphill. However, we have got there on some of our categories, and we have started to push out into a wider space. A lot of universities have expressed interest and started talking to us about how we are procuring, and as you can see from that graph, that widens out into other sectors who we are now talking to as well, and I'll come on to some examples in a few minutes. So, how does our model work? Quite a lot of pictures there. But basically what we do, in the centre we have a scientific need, and our big niche, whilst yes we do the 9 categories that the ERG are focused on, our main niche is in the research area. So we have a research need, and for the first time, my teams have managed to get scientists from different institutes, sometimes in the lab next door, who had never spoken to each other ever before, talking to each other and saying, oh yeah, I need some of that too, or you're buying the same microscopes as me from the same supplier, but you're paying a different price. So not just getting scientists to talk to each other from the same institute, but from different councils, and that's widened out, and scientists from different sectors, cancer research, Wellcome Trust, some of the research universities, now all sit in a room together and talk science. And you think, well, yeah, that's very interesting. And they are starting to do some great stuff. They're delivering cures for certain diseases. They're doing very innovative things. But what we've now brought to that party is, let's buy things together. And they've got really switched on by that. And the fact that there's no fighting for space between us, that we put one scientist, so this is in the illustration here, we put one scientist, one procurement person from each organisation together, a specification is drawn together, and we then go and source the most commercially viable option, and that delivers savings. But more importantly for the scientists, it delivers what they want. And they've not had that collaborative edge before, and they're certainly getting very excited about doing it and what it's delivering. And that collaboration is getting bigger and starting to snowball as more and more people say, we like this arrangement, we want to play. And because there's no turf protection going on, actually they're all focused on the solution, and they're all focused on delivering it what it is they want. So everybody wins, and for us it's a really great model, and it's starting to deliver some significant change both in science, and it's delivering the money back to the government, which is obviously the flavour of the day. So just a few examples on what we've managed to do. Up in the top there, that drill ship platform. Originally, you would say, well, there's a drill ship platform, what could you do with that? Well, the teams looked at the science that it was delivering off the New Jersey coast, and one of my team suggested that they moved a widget. And can you believe, moving a widget on that platform saved £200,000? And just by having a commercial look at some of the things that are being done, started to make change and make savings. And they went further than that. They didn't just move the widget. They said, why don't we try and sell the platform into another research organisation so that we can prolong its use and increase our investment? So in the end, they ended up getting £1.6 million worth of extra revenue from additional research by just having an idea to sell it out into another research organisation. So it's not just bringing a team together, it's actually having the innovative thoughts, the commercial thinking that brings that rounded into these examples. The RRS Discovery, this is the new research ship that's being built in Spain at the moment. Again, my team got involved with the technical specialists, which is absolutely key, and they delivered a total package, a total maintenance package, which had not been done on the previous ships that the councils have put in place. So again, they were thinking commercially. On the genome sequencers, we had buy one, get one free. We did some work with the supplier, and the supplier said to us, why don't you finish rolling with our old machine, have that one, and then you'll get the new one as it comes in. That saved us £1 million. So just by thinking about these things differently, the guys have really started to deliver significant change. It's not just the categories and the pieces of science that we're doing which help us deliver, it's having the systems, and it's been a long time coming. But I'm proud to say we now have the fully integrated solution, which is really starting to drive us to the next level of category management and savings. We have the Oracle e-platform, which we have the e-sourcing and e-auctioning modules on. We have an e-marketplace, which again has been a big success for the scientists. Right from the start when I arrived, they said, give me the Amazon experience. We're now giving them the Amazon experience. And all they do is click and buy, and they are absolutely incredulous that I've clicked on my screen on Monday, and goodness me, everything arrived on Tuesday. Well, we know that happens when you buy through Tesco's, but now we're doing it on a scientific platform. And because we've used Science Warehouse, they're able to do some clever stuff as well. So now our scientists are able to order very complex specified DNA strands, and they're able to build their own on our e-marketplace. So not only does it do the basic stuff, and it buys all the normal stationery, toilet roll, everything else you need, but it does some of the clever stuff too. And underpinning all of that, we have a data analysis tool which we have literally just taken delivery of. And again, that allows us to take us to the next level of savings and prioritisation, because it's starting to tell us who buys what, where and when, and where the maverick spend is, where the leakage is, and we can start looking at bundling things together, and then that really gets us into a really interesting space. So by having that system structure and backup, it really starts to deliver that sustainability, because you can do all the great deals in the world, but actually if you're not driving the usage and and the compliance to them, then you're not going to keep the savings coming in.